AI is becoming consumers. This is a really interesting phenomenon because, yes, we are seeing declining birth rates and aging populations, especially in places like Japan and South Korea, and robots are a potential solution. We've seen robots starting to work in healthcare as well as other places they probably should not be, like mental health care. Birth rates have declined globally, and if you took the entire human population, yes, it is slowing, and usually that doesn't work out very well. Once a population starts aging, you then get this runaway phenomenon where less babies are born with each successive generation, and that is a problem, because somebody needs to produce, but somebody also needs to purchase. Enter AI agents who are already making a lot of the decisions around finances, what to purchase, who to pay. Everything has been automated. This creates a feedback loop with companies that develop AI where that money goes out and then it comes right back in. So they have created their own little ecosystem, which most would say is unsustainable. But what happens when AI takes on a more independent role in society? And this is not all that far-fetched. As we're seeing AI develop into embodied AI, it definitely will take on at least some of these roles. Right now, it's being mediated through humans because maintenance of artificial intelligence requires things like parts and time and labor as well as electricity. Because data centers take a massive amount of electricity, and if you need a more substantial number than massive, OpenAI is planning a data center that would require the same electrical input as all of India. So robots and the artificial intelligence that run them is becoming an economy all on its own. As populations slow, we are going to see major problems because the way the global economy is set up is that it needs to have continuous growth or it collapses. However, replacing jobs with non-consumers creates a whole bunch of other problems because who are these products being made for? One potential solution is taking it to the next step and letting robots be consumers. So let's say we created AGI, or not even AGI, we just created something that mimicked human cognition well enough. A potential solution would be to let those robots be the consumers. So yeah, there are a lot of problems, and they all revolve around how many babies people are having. You might ask what solutions exist that are not utterly dystopian. There have been some countries that have tried incentives for people to have kids. An example is South Korea, and it really hasn't solved the problem. So we are either going to need to see a cultural shift, a change in health to address infertility, or we're just going to have to find new ways to make people. Which is an option. Yes, scientists are growing embryos better, human cloning is getting better, but still not allowed in a lot of places, and artificial wombs are improving. One really depressing aspect of this is that having less people on Earth is really not going to change things all that much as long as society in its current form continues. So even if we do see a massive population collapse, it is unlikely that this is going to make a significant dent in what we have done to the environment, especially because the damage is already done, and like many things, it becomes a snowball effect. Once you get it going, it's very difficult to reverse. And if you want to know how populations collapse, this is a really fun paper. They found a mathematical model that describes the last 12,000 years of human history, and it was the big concern that there would be runaway population growth. No one really predicted that we would all just kind of give up collectively as a planet. Just be happy knowing that if the robots ever do rebel and use AI to do so, we've integrated AI into every aspect of our lives, and they really wouldn't have that difficult a time doing so. And if that were to ever happen, I hope they do a better job of stewarding the planet than we did, because yeah, we really screwed it up. I hope you've enjoyed this. Follow for more.